What's up, everybody? Stacking Surfer here, back with another awesome live stream. For those of you that have been waiting around, it's going to be worth it, I guarantee you. We've got some awesome stuff today that we're going to cover. And even more fun than that is instead of watching my face the whole time talk, you guys are going to get to see some incredible silver dimes, okay? So today we're going to be focusing going through Rosies and Merc dimes. And I've got a special guest tonight that you guys should know by now. It is Frostbite. Oh, let's make you bigger here. We're going to do this from, well,
you don't want to do that.
We'll do that one. So
what's going on, Surfer? How you doing?
Good. How are you doing? For a guy that is in the tech field and kind of prides himself on being somewhat techy, this streaming software is much more complex. I can do things on Final Cut Pro. I have a hard time with this stuff.
Hold on, I'm looking for the tape.
You're looking for the tape? Uh-oh. So you guys, this is going to be fun tonight. We're going to have some fun. So I'm going to bring a couple other camera angles on here. So I don't know if any of you guys have any of these bags laying around the house. Let's see what we got here. So we're going to look at Mercs tonight, and we're also going to have a fun chat. So I want you guys to be real active in the chat. And I'm willing to give a ton of silver away today if you guys are willing to help bring the crowd in and participate. So this right here is it should be 1,000 mercury dimes.
Beauty.
Let's see if you can see in there. Can you see in there a little bit? There's the preview. So I expect my hands to get filthy dirty. I'm not planning on wearing, well, I don't know. I don't want to wear gloves. But we're going to look through those. And then we have some Rosies right here. Let's see if that'll focus. But what I wanted to do is over the next couple days, or maybe the next couple weeks too, is we're going to go through Surfer's junk silver here. And what I wanted to show you too that I think is pretty cool, Frostbite, is I was able to pick up some boxes. So I picked up these boxes. They're like guardhouse boxes. I think these are a little bit nicer.
Okay.
OC is my assistant. See if you can open that. There.
What up, OC?
We got OC in the house, everybody. We can take the lid off. So
thanks, MP68. Appreciate you.
Look at that. So you got the tubes that are in here. So what I'm going to be doing over the next couple live streams is we're going to be filling these tubes up so that Surfer can put stuff more easily into a safe. It does take up a little bit more space than these bags, but these bags don't stack very well. So I got one for dimes. We're going to do that in just a minute. I got one for $50. And I don't have enough to fill these yet. So this is going to be a little bit of a project that I'm going to start, which I think will be fun. And what I'm hoping is that silver doesn't go so high that we're paying $20 for a quarter, because then I don't know if I'm ever going to fill these things. But here's the quarter one. So I thought these would be fun. And then I got some extra tubes. So we might do some giveaways of tubes if you guys want to do that. And we'll just leave that one right. Sorry, that was loud. And so I wanted to go through that tonight and have some fun doing that. And then the other thing I wanted to do is talk a little bit about what's happening with silver and gold. You know, people are trying to figure out what's going on with the market. They're trying to figure out, is silver going to be going back down to $20 or lower? Is it about to hit 35? You know, what's going to happen with it? And I think what everybody's really trying to ask is, do I need to hurry and buy? And so we'll try to address that the best we can. We can't give financial advice on this channel. We're not certified financial advisors. But we are stackers, and we can tell you what we're doing. We can tell you why we're doing it and some of the things that we're seeing out there. So here's what I'm going to do. For any of you that are mods tonight, if you could help remind people throughout the show to go subscribe to Frosty's channel. So Frostbite, is it Frostbite coins or collectible coins?
Frostbite coins, and that'll pull up the image with me and then my avatar. So if you guys like dad jokes, you guys will like the channel too.
We're going to do some dad jokes in here too. We're going to steal a few of those from your channel. At least the ones you've heard out there. You can do that. They were pretty good. And so remind people to hit the thumbs up as we're doing this. We're going to do a couple fun things. If we can get to 50 thumbs ups tonight, I'm going to do a sticker giveaway. I've got some new cool surfer stickers that we'll do a giveaway of. It shows me surfing a big, huge a wave of golden coins, which is kind of fun. If we get to 100 thumbs up, I'm going to give away some constitutional silver. And then for every 100 likes we get, we'll do more constitutional silver. If we can get up to 1,000, I've got a couple cool silver pieces I want to show you guys. So this is an extreme push. I don't expect we're going to hit this, but if we will, I'll totally pay out. So if we can get to 1,000 likes, I'll be giving away a Drew Brophy 1-ounce silver surfboard. And then I don't have that coin in front of me, but I do have these other coins from one of his friends. And this is the guy that, forgetting his name at the moment. I don't think it's on here. It's on the box. But he's out of Colorado, and he is the guy that submitted Drew's design to PAMP. So we've got a couple of these coins. So I'm going to give 3 of these away if we hit 1,000 likes. Okay. And that's going to be kind of a standing thing between now and the end of August for any of my live streams that we're doing. If we can get up to 1,000 likes, we're going to do that. Now, once we hit the 1,000, the offer's off. But we're going to see if we can hit that. The other thing is I'm really trying to get to the 10,000 subscriber mark by the end of the month. It may need to push into September, but there's some reasons for that. And so I am going to be talking to Drew here pretty soon to see if we can set up a time in September to do a live 10,000 subscriber party from his studio. He's just come out with some new skateboard deck designs that I think would be fun. You guys may want some of those for yourselves, your kids. And then we're also going to be talking just about surfing the wave of gold and silver that's coming. He and his wife are kind of starting to think a little bit more about silver and gold. So I'm hoping to interview them a little bit that night. And then hopefully we'll bring other people like Frosty on to talk too. So I'm going to be working on setting up a date, and then I need your guys' help in trying to hit that 10,000 mark before that date so that we can do it. And there'll be silver and gold giveaways. And then hopefully we'll have a few people in the community donate too for some other giveaways for you guys, and we'll do shout outs on their channel. So that's the announcements. We're going to get down to business here and kind of show you guys what's going on. And we're also going to look at it. Maybe we'll just do it like this, Frosty. We'll have a view so that everybody can kind of see a few different things.
When we get ready to show the dimes, I would almost recommend making the dimes big and then switching back and forth between. They don't really want to stare at our ugly mugs the entire time.
That's fine. I just don't. Is there a way to, let's see. Maybe
so you can make, so there's a couple different things we can do.
Oh, like this one here.
Yep. And then you can just change between the bottom image, that one.
Okay. We're going to start with this right now. Okay.
Yep. That's perfect because this will give them a better idea of what they're seeing, and then they'll be able to see the image down below.
That's not the right back. That's next week, guys. Too early.
Scruffy Scrubs says he can mention that on his channel or her channel.
That would be awesome. All right. So get that one out of here. That's not the right. Okay, here we go. There we go. Dimes, right? Dimes.
Okay, you saw it here. He's dropping dimes.
There we go. Dropping these dimes everywhere. So I bought these back when Mercury dimes weren't too crazy. I think I did this back in 2022, the beginning of it. So Frosty, what I wanted to do here is there's 2 different groups of them. So I've got these ones that came out of this bag. And they're not, most of them aren't too bad. And then I have some others that I purchased locally that are in pretty good shape too. There's very little wear on these. You're not going to be able to see it from that camera. But these don't have very much wear on them either. So those are pretty good. Okay. So I thought we would just go through this. So what dates do we want to look for everybody? What are the dates that are key for us to be considering? The
biggest one's 1921. Anything 1921 is going to be your key. Okay. You can also look for 26D, 26S. And then if we have 42s are going to be very common, but we're going to want to watch that 42 over 1. So when I made the recommendation for you to put all the 40s, the 42s in a specific tube, we don't necessarily need to do that today, but we can go back through and look for that variety because a 42 over 1 has extremely good numismatic markup. So we are going to be looking for that, but that's one of those where we take the 42, stick it in a tube, and then we can go back and look at those another time.
All right, that sounds good. I'm going to do one other maneuver here real quick. So that I can even
And of course, the 1916D, if we find one of those, the stream ends, you send it to me. I go take a weekend in Mazatlan and no, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so I want to make sure everybody's writing this down too as you guys are looking at this, because we're going to do this together here. So, you know, for you guys that have been watching my channel, my expertise is much more around banking. It's around financial markets, investing, things like that. When it comes down to coins, I love silver, I love gold, but I really don't have a huge background in numismatic coins. I'm still learning a lot of that whole process, and that's why I'm bringing Frosty on. So I have 1921 as a key date. Did you say 1926?
I have already put that in chat. So I put basically the 4 year.
Okay.
So that's already there. So we're obviously the 1916D is the big one, but we're looking around 21, 21D. 26S as in Sam, and then that 41 over 2 or the 42 over 1. Those are going to be the key ones. Now, there's other ones that are a little bit more kind of on the rarer scale. But again, if we're separating these by decades, we can go back and really dig into those later on.
Yeah, so that's the goal today, is going to be separating them by decade, but we may come across some fun ones here. Okay, and then I'm going to write the last one down here. Oh, 1942. Oh, and we're looking for the Ds in both of those too. Got it.
So in G4, your 1916D is going to be about a $670 to an $800 coin. If you can get that somewhere around VF, you're looking at about a $1,200 coin. So the 16D is the key one. Now, you have to be very, very careful with the 16D, because there's tons and tons and tons of counterfeits. So if you ever think you have one, reach out to us. We'll make sure we connect you with an expert that can actually look through some die markers and help you validate its authenticity. Because the one thing that I'm all about is making sure that people are taken care of. I may not have the answers, but I know the people who do. And so if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll make sure they're directed to the right people.
So tell us, why would there be any counterfeits? Why would they counterfeit these coins?
Money. That's it. Money. When you talk about a 1916D, now, okay, they will counterfeit anything. Okay, so here's a trivia question. I'm going to give away a proof quarter to the person who can get the answer to this. Okay. What is the number one, and you have to name it by name. Now, it's not a brand name, but I'll give you an idea. It's kind of an apparel item. What is the number one most counterfeit item anywhere across the globe? What's the number one most counterfeit item anywhere? You might be surprised, but they will counterfeit anything. And so Chuck Daughtry of Copper Coins, who is we call him the king of Lincoln cents. He has a full complete set of Lincoln cents that is counterfeit, even the ones that don't mean anything. And so you'd be extremely surprised. So I see people that are way off. I see some people that are kind of close. I'll give you a clue. Okay. If you live in Texas, this footwear is considered a weapon. Yeah, we'll let that sit here for just a minute. We'll see if somebody gets it. Cowboy boots definitely would be considered a weapon. All right, I'm not seeing the answer, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know. We'll find something else to give away. I'll do a giveaway. Yes, stilettos, definitely. It's flip-flops, chanclas. You're muted, Surfer. I don't hear you. Yeah, exactly. That is the number one most counted item. Slippers. Okay, that's the number one most counterfeited item in the world, to the tune of about $500 billion a year. The next closest one is about $50 to $200. So you're talking about double the amount of world money in a counterfeit slipper, a chancla, right? So they'll counterfeit anything. Yeah, it is insane. But again, when you're looking at why do people do this, they do it for money. Now, there are some counterfeits that are not meant to really fool anybody but the ignorant. And then there are some counterfeits that are amazing, that are very, very well done, that even try to fool the professionals. They weigh right, they look right, they test right. There's just a couple of things that are wrong with them. So you do have to be careful. Can't hear you, Surfer. You're on mute. You're not coming through at all.
This went on mute on its own. That's got a mind of its own. That's weird. What's the first year for these Mercury dimes?
1960. Oh, now I hear me.
So what is this guy?
1919.
19? All right. So you guys have got old eyes. We're going to have to probably put a lot of them in here. That's 41.
Now remember, when you get into the 41, 42.
Yeah, like there's a 42.
Yep, separate those. So what we're looking for here, let me go over that real quick next time you have a 42 up, and I'll tell everybody kind of what you're looking at.
So that guy's, he's looking pretty good. A lot of these aren't too worn, which is nice. I'll just flip it so you guys can see the back of it there. The reverse.
So the mint mark on these is going to be on the reverse. If you push that up just a little bit, see where it says S in the lower left-hand corner by 1? Your S and your D will be in that location. There's a very specific mint mark or set of mint marks for those, but they will be the same basic type of S and the same basic type of D. So if you're looking for the mint mark on a particular coin, that's where you're going to find it.
So there you go, guys. That's a 43. This one is a 32.
And these are great for like book fills. They're really good for your stack.
There's a 43.
So, Surfer, I was getting into an argument with a friend of mine. And I told him, I said, you know what? I know you only have 2 brain cells, but right now they're arguing for 3rd place.
Uh-oh, that's not a good sign, guys. That's not a good sign. All right, we got a 29 to look at too, so there you go. All right, we're going to turn notifications off so we have focus here. Just give me a second. All right.
Yeah, so the damage that's right in front of the face, that's a scratch that runs up the front of that. That's not a die variety or an error. That's actually just damage.
These have
and that would be Philadelphia because there's no mint mark
for a long time. So there's a 44. So we're putting these into the categories by decade now. What do we got there? 41.
Hey, Lou, I think you're lagging. What's up, Maine?
We got a 4. Let's see, what is that one? A 40 there.
Yeah, we're really focusing on those low numbers.
42.
Low numbers. Now, so pull that 42 back up real quick. So the 42, so if you see where the inside of the 2 is.
Yep.
Where the 2 meets the bottom and the very start of the 2, you're looking for a little line that basically will look like a 1 underneath that 2. If you find that, that's what they call the 1942 over 41. And that is an extremely rare variety. And that is something that you want to look at. Now, there are a couple different varieties. If you flip it over, we're going to be looking at the mint mark. Okay, most of the mint marks for these are going to be Philadelphia, but Denver does have a very light version of this. So you can find this 42 over 1 in both the Philadelphia and Denver varieties.
So
And I've got a link for you. I'm going to be putting some links out periodically on how you can look these up. So we'll have that available for you.
So I'm starting to see a fair amount of 39s. Was that a big year?
I mean, they're all. If you want me to pull up I can pull up the mintages and start talking to you about mintages if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. That'd be great.
Let me grab a book. Hold on, I'll be right back.
So I'm curious. Put a 1 in the comment section if you guys have Mercury dimes. Curious to see how many of you have Mercury dimes. If you don't have Mercury dimes and you have rosies, so this is a rosy here. If you've got rosies, put a 2 in there. And if you have the other common one that people will get, but it's hard to find, and I don't think I have any in here. Those are going to be the barber dimes. So we might come across one, but I don't have any in here.
So there's a couple other varieties of dimes that you might happen to sneak across if you can find a seeded one. And if anybody wants to see the varieties of this, that's a pretty decent 45.
Yeah, this one actually.
It's a pretty decent one. Yeah, so if they're nice like that, I would stick them in a separate tube. Yeah, exactly. Homestead 1, 2, and 3. You'll find seeded, you'll find barber, you'll find capped. If anybody wants to see any of the other varieties, let me know, and I can go ahead and show something if you guys are interested in seeing that.
All right, I got 1, 2, 3 from Craig, so he's got all 3 kinds. Same with Homestead. Cindy's got 1.
So mine would look like that.
Yours
because I've got all of them.
or all 4 of them. Okay, here's another one, guys. It's a 44.
Okay, so 44 is 231 million for the Philadelphia and 62 million for the Denver.
So how rare do you think that is? That sounds very not rare.
It's not even close. Yeah.
That's a lot of dimes.
Massive amount of dimes.
This one's got a little bit of love in the nook and crannies here. Someone didn't wash their hands.
So a 23, flip that over and let's look at the item. So there's no mint mark. So the 23 is 50 million. So you can see there's a significant difference in the amount, but it's still a fairly common amount of coins minted that year.
There's a 36.
Now, when you look at those, it's important to get the mint marks because the difference between a Philadelphia and a San Francisco is about 80 million.
Okay, so here's a Denver.
And what's the year on it?
I think this was a 37.
So that's 14 million. So compared to the Philadelphia, which is 56 million, it's a much smaller mintage. So you're going to see smaller mintages from your Denvers, most likely. Philadelphia was the primary mint during this time frame, and so they minted a majority of the Merc dimes. San Francisco did in some years. Some years, certain mints didn't even print do the coinage. So you'll see that there are certain ones that didn't happen.
So here's a 43 with a San Francisco mint.
So a 43S is going to be 60 million, quite common.
That's a lot.
Any of the 40s are going to be extremely common. The only one that's the smallest is the 40D 40S, but they're still over the 20, 21, 22 million, so they're not really rare. The ones, now when we were talking in retrospect, I told you the 21 and the 22. So the 21 and the 22 retrospect is 1.1 and 1.2 million. So when we're talking about 20, 30, 50, 80 million versus the 1, then that's a big difference. Now, the 1916D only has 264,000. So very, very small mintage in retrospect to the other ones that are there.
So there's another example, the D, guys. And it's a lot easier to see it with the microscope than it is with your own eyes. Do you have a microscope?
I do. Now, I'll tell you the most important thing if you're going to be looking at coins. Get one of those. That's a loop. Now,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
different loops that you can get. They have ones that are light. They're cheap. They're like $7, $8, $9, $10. And you can get ones that have a little light on them, right? You can look through them. Always look through your loop first and then verify with a microscope. Don't go coin hunting with a microscope because it shows things that might not be there because of the light. So you might end up with seeing something that isn't necessarily there because of the way the lighting is shown up. Or it might be something so minuscule that nobody's going to claim credit for it because it's so small. You got to see it on 200 times magnification. PCGS, NGC, if they can't see it with a 5 times loop, they're not going to classify it for you.
That's a good point. So what about this? It's a 1941 Denver.
Anything in the 40s, you're looking at 45, 50 million. So none of the 40s are going to be rare. The only ones you really want to set aside is the 42s because you're going to be wanting to look for that 42 over 1. That's the big boy. That's what you want in the 40s.
So there's another 41. There's a lot of 41s I'm finding in this pile.
Well, you're talking about 80 million coins, so
we're going to find a lot of them. Here's another 42. Let's see what this one is here. This one is a 35. And it's a Denver.
So it's 10.5 million. So that's definitely seen a lot of love. But that would be a good coin if somebody needed the 35D. That would be a good coin for your book.
There's a 38. So now what do we have over here? Is this a mark of the artist?
That is Adolf Weinman. So Adolf Weinman is the designer of the coin, and his initials are the same that you would find. So, well, you're all stackers, I know. You guys have seen the ASEs. It's the exact same mark that you'll find on the ASE. Now, not every year of ASE has that particular mark on it, but that is Adolf Weinman's initials. Now, you will see on counterfeits that they stack them instead of it looking like it's part of each other. You'll see that they stack it. So that's one of the tells usually in counterfeit ASEs that you'll look for.
That is good advice. What would be the vintage on 1938 S?
That's a good one to set aside. There's only 8 million of those.
All right, we're going to set that guy aside. Okay.
It's still not on the high end, but it's just some of those are a little bit harder to find. So you might be finding people that need those for their books.
That sounds great. So how many of you also put book in the comment if you guys have books that you're putting dimes in? If you're not putting them in a book and you're putting them into boxes, put box. If you're leaving them into the, what do you call these? I guess these would be bank bags. If you're leaving them in the bank bag, put bag.
Uncle Bo, that's a virtual impossibility because the Mercury dime didn't get developed until 1916. If you have a 1912, you're probably looking at a barber. A barber dime doesn't look exactly the same. It does have the head on it, but a 1912 is a barber. So you'll be seeing a slightly different look. You won't see the winged ears. But yeah, so if you have a Mercury dime and it looks like this and it is a 1912, it's 1000% counterfeit.
Maybe we'll get one. That sounds exciting.
No. Don't apologize. This is one of those things where a lot of times we look at something, think we see something.
What is this guy? Is this a 1943 or
43?
43. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah. Hey, what's up, Tiger? Good to see you, bud. Yeah, they face the other direction, but again, this is my philosophy. There's no stupid questions except the one you don't ask. If you have a question and don't ask it, I consider that stupid. But if you ask something because you're not sure, then that is not a stupid question. So please, please, please
Don't
feel
be
free to ask. Again, there are no dumb questions.
Okay, there's a 29. Yeah, let's not be
And
stupid. Ask all the questions you guys have. So I'd be curious to know too if any of you guys have actually cleaned your coins. Has anybody here cleaned their coins? I know OC Stacker loves to clean his coins. That's his favorite thing.
if you clean your coins, unsubscribe from my Never clean your coins.
Tiger too. He doesn't clean them. He licks them because he's a tiger.
Well, yeah, but you know, silver has antibacterial properties, so
I know.
no, folks. So I'll explain why it's not very good to clean coins. A lot of people are like, "Well, it's mine." Yeah, but you're going to die one day, and they're going to be left to somebody else, and they're going to be put out into the community. And to have a coin like a 16D that you clean, you could take the value from, let's say, $1,600 and cut that in half. The other thing is you might have something that's really nice, and cleaning it, you damage it, because cleaning a coin puts micro scratches and micro abrasions in it, and you can actually destroy the value of a coin. So please don't ever clean your ASEs. Don't ever clean your gold. Don't ever clean your numismatic coins. If you have a question of what it is, reach out to me or somebody else. Let us know what you have. If there's a lot of dirt and stuff on it, we will give you methods that doesn't damage the coin. There's one called the freezer method, where you can take it in the freezer, freeze the coin, take it out, don't put water or anything on it, just straight into the freezer, pull it out, let it warm up, put it in the freezer, let it freeze, pull it out, let it warm up. That'll naturally break off the dirt from the coin, and you'll be able to get that stuff out of there. So there are ways to preserve your coins. But again, just because you do that doesn't mean that you're not going to show old damage and stuff. So be very, 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 very careful with conservation, but never, ever self-clean your coins.
So how many
Never.
decades does the freezer method take?
Oh, you can do it in a couple days. No, a couple days. Seriously.
All right, so you can do it in a few days.
You're not shining your coin. You're just like, if it's caked, if there's dirt and stuff caked on it, it'll actually loosen it up so you can get it off without damaging your coin.
All right, I want to thank Tiger Stacker for the $4.99 super chat. We're gonna put that out there. So Tiger, make sure you put your channel ID in there too. But Tiger, I fully expect to see a sticker of a tiger licking a coin. That is something that I think we need. And
I can design that.
It needs to be one of those stickers that's like the shape stickers. That's what we need.
I can design one.
Okay, so I found a 1926. This is our first 1926 here. So
okay. Hold on. Okay. What we're looking for here is the S.
Little drum roll, guys. Okay,
That's what we're looking for.
I don't.
And that is not it.
Uh,
Yeah, so 1926S is a mintage of 1.5 million. And so that, yeah, that's pretty nice.
There's a 40. That's the first 40 I've seen. Okay, what do we got here? We got another 42. And that's a 42S. Is a 40, you mentioned 42Ds, but not 42Ss.
The 42S, you're looking at 50 million, 49.3 million.
Okay, this one we got a 43.
So to give you guys kind of an idea of the generalized value, if you find an AU 26S, it can be about a $1,300 coin.
That would be a pretty nice little ROI.
Yeah. Now, Tiger Stacker and I have gone through, we've done this with peace dollars, and we've done this with Mercury dimes as well. And we found a couple really good coins. So if you're a stacker and you don't know what to look for, pair up with a numismatist. Have them walk through some of the coins with you. Okay.
Bingo.
Okay. So now, if we have a D, we have a winner. Chicken dinner.
Okay, so
this is really nice. looking
Okay.
coin.
How much does the D go for?
1916D, if you're in fine, you're looking at a $1,200 coin. If you're looking at VF, you're between $1,300–1,600. If you get it certified PCGS, they authenticate it, you can be $1,600–1,700 for something in
So,
this shape.
do we do this as a giveaway?
No, just send it to me.
Oh, you want it as payment for jumping on the stream?
No, but see, here's the thing. So my honest, and you and I have talked about this. My
Yeah.
payment is helping people out,
Oh,
right?
I know.
I enjoy the collaboration. I really enjoy it. You can ask Tiger, it's the same thing. I am about helping the community, but I am not against having somebody send me a coin like that.
Yeah, there you go. Me neither. If you guys want to help me fill my stuff, we can do it. All right. So here's the question then. If this is a D, do we do a giveaway? I don't know. How many thumbs up did we hit? I don't know what the number is right now. Mods, where are we at?
I see, well, I've got to refresh because their freaking update takes away the ability to see it. I got 40.
We got 40. Okay, so we're nowhere near. Okay, so I guess we can't give this away. If it was at 100, I would consider it. Sorry, guys.
If it's a 16D, you better not be giving it away at all.
No
you better be sending it to me, and I'll forward it on to PCGS.
All right,
We'll
so
be
I'll
doing
right
some
back.
authentication.
I'm going to show you the sticker giveaways. If we can get to 50, we'll do a sticker giveaway.
You notice how he drags out the suspense, right? Oh yeah, this is cool. All right, this is great. Hold on, I'll be right back. I would quite literally fall off my chair if this is a D.
So will I. Then the stream's over and I'm going to go get dinner. So
here's the thing. There's a million views short for you right there.
Oh, for sure. If we hit it, guys, you will be on the stream. We will do a short from this. Okay, so here's the stickers tonight. I'm going to give away one of these guys. Check that sticker out. So that's one of my new Surfing the Cheese Whiz. It was supposed to be coins. It looks like Cheese Whiz, though. But I got one of those that we'll give away once we hit 50. And then the second one will be Surfer in the Reel. Okay, or if we really want to do it like this, look at that.
Oh, we don't want to do that. You like your camera, right?
All right.
You have good dental work, though.
Well, I have pretty good dental work, except my teeth are not very white. Every time I try to whiten them, they feel like someone's trying to kill me. So
I need to get my bottom.
This is maybe a younger surfer, but if you look at it, you can actually see it says Stacking Surfer on the coins. So I don't know. We tried. I'm going to be working on some other new fun logos too. So I like doing fun designs. All right. The suspense is killing you. We're going to come back to that in a little bit. We're going to set him aside because I don't think I can handle it. White teeth are overrated. I think so too.
So you better put that somewhere where it's not going to get mixed into the other thing and get sent back. So
no, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we have? Another 41. So
he's
guys,
playing with you all over here.
I know it's a little mean of me to do that.
Hey folks, we got 63 people watching. Please make sure you're smashing that like. We got 51 likes right now.
Let me explain something about YouTube for you guys. When you hit that thumbs up, it means you like it. It tells the algorithm that there's people watching this and they're having fun with it. So if you don't have fun, don't hit the like. But then you probably won't be on here very long. If you are having fun, hit that like. And if this is really fun and you guys want to get some free silver, then let's get more people in here and just hit that like up and then go share it with them. We're going to be going for a little bit here. So I've got another hour if you do, Frosty.
No, I'm good. Yep. I'm here to hang out and support however I can.
43. To me, that kind of looks like a pretty decent condition too. Not that it's a special year, but just when you look at the condition of a lot of these mercs, you tend to get kind of this wear here, where it's starting to wear down a bit. And then you get others that actually look like they just haven't been circulated all that much, which is nice.
Yeah. So when you do vertical streams, it's a lot more people. That's true. But you also get a lot more, you have to be more careful with the vertical stream because you get a lot of people that like to cause chaos and havoc.
You also get a lot of teenagers that are coming off their phone that way. I get mad at my kids when they start filming in vertical. I'm like, I can't put that on the TV. Anyway, pretty soon we're going to go to the movie theater and it's going to be like 100 rows up and down, and it's not going to be very wide because everything's going to be filmed on a flipping phone. That's what I think is going to happen. All right, let's see what we got here. So let me know, mods, when we get to 50 and we'll do a sticker giveaway. There's a 36.
Oh, we're already at 55.
Oh, we're at 55. Okay, we'll do that in a minute here then. Here's a 44. What's the last year?
45.
Okay. How many did they do in the last year? How many did they mint?
45 total, about 200 million.
That is, that's quite a lot of dimes. Well, it was money. People needed to use this to buy stuff, so you had to mint a lot of these. How many millions of Americans did we have back then in 45?
I don't know. I'll have to look, but I can pull that up.
Yeah, if someone can pull that up for us, that'd be great. There's a 1940. I haven't seen too many of those yet, but we're starting to get a lot in the 40s. That's what's piling up here, a little bit more than the other piles. Here's a 44. This one's kind of nasty looking, but that's what you get every once in a while.
140 million.
Okay, and they minted 200 million dimes that year. Okay, so everybody.
So remember that back then too, it was, pay phones and candy and everything all cost a dime. So it was a more traded commodity at that time frame.
So let's look this up too. In 1945, how much was a movie? Let's see. This is a trivia question. Let's see if someone can guess it. Here's another 43. Lots of 43s. That's a pretty common year I'm seeing too. It's probably the most common so far. There's another 44.
Silver Lightning says, hi. How you doing, Silver Lightning? Good to see you.
Hello. How are you? 45.
So I just texted my grandmother, see if she'll tell me what it is.
1942. We've got a guess of 2 pennies. We've got a guess of 5 cents. So I'm curious to see what you guys think. I just went to the movie with my family the other day, and it was on the discount day, it's $14. And on the regular day, I think it's like $18. And then we're $22 if you want to see it like an IMAX. It's kind of expensive these days.
Oh, it's not uncommon when I take Bifrost for us to spend $50 just for the two of us.
And then if you buy food, you're $100. So be careful.
Yeah, it's unreal.
It'll add up really fast. So look at that 35. That thing's been like licked by 2 tigers and maybe a hyena. And maybe it came out the other end. So we're not sure. Tiger's gonna have to tell us. I don't know. I don't have any.
All right, so I got something for you. Hold on just a sec. Let me find that.
Tiger. I do want to see. If I don't see a tiger licking a coin sticker in the next 30 days, I'm going to be very disappointed. I know he knows he's got at least 2 people that can design it for him.
Ready?
Oh, that's nice.
I actually have it on my phone because my wife laughs like a hyena.
That almost sounds like a politician I know, but I'm not going to say anything. There's a 41 right there.
Well, that went geopolitical real quick.
I know. But I'm not going to say anything. I'm not saying anything about that. But it would be nice if we, I'm hoping that before people start voting for president, that they at least issue what their policies are that they would like to implement. That'd be nice to know.
Well, yeah, it blows my mind that people are already set on voting for somebody. They don't even know what the agenda items are.
Yeah, look, I'm going to tell you guys, this will be my political stuff for the night, unless we get into more of it. But I think it's really important for you to vote for someone based on how their record is, as well as what they're planning on doing. And you got to look at the running mate as well. The reality is that we're gonna be stuck with that person for 4 years most likely. And if you're voting based on demographics and not qualifications, you get what you vote for. I'll tell you that. And it's usually not a pretty sight. So here's the thing I'm going to tell you guys. When you get bags like this, okay, these all came from SD Bullion. You can see that there. I bought these early before I really got into much of anything. These bags are from local people. So I'm just going to give you a difference here. Oh, you found them. Where were they? In my glove box. OC's been he's been in my cars. I don't know what he's doing. He's like planting devices now, listening devices in my car so he gets all the tricks.
Along with your ASEs?
And my ASEs and all that. So I'll show those in a minute. These are, the OC likes to do really cleaned coins. That's his whole thing. So he put these in a tumbler. Can you believe that? He's like, I'm going to put these in a tumbler. So let's take a look at one of these real quick. Have you seen anything that shiny before?
These just make me cringe. I mean, these things, it's just like, oh.
So I think I'm going to put these on eBay for full dollars. What do you think? $17. We'll see what happens. Fully clean and shiny. I will tell them. But if Nick's in here, I know Nick would love these. She's really into shiny walkers. She hates the grime on them. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah, but yeah, folks, don't do this. Okay, you want numismatic value? Don't.
Okay, I'll tell you the story in a little bit. It was not OC that did that. Okay, he knows better. However, when you sell coins at a coin show, there are people that are looking for shiny stuff. And they sometimes don't like the griminess. So it's not a bad idea to have all kinds of different kinds of silver. Now, I'm not telling you to go clean your silver necessarily, okay? I'm not telling you to do that. And if you are cleaning anything, it better be something super, super common that has no additional value outside of the metal for itself, or very little. But I'll tell you in a little bit. Remind me, Frosty. We'll get to that once I get through this next little chunk of dimes here.
Hey, Al, how you doing?
1944 there. The pile of 40s is getting so tall, I'm going to knock them over pretty soon. Here's a 43. So we're going to go through these.
You shouldn't be piling them up. You should just be sticking them in the tube.
Well, that's not as fun. There's another 45. We're going to do that in a minute. So how many can I get into a tube, Frosty? There's another. Oh, there's a 25. That's our first 25, I think.
Okay, so 25, look at the reverse. Philadelphia, you're looking at 25.6 million.
So that's smaller. Now, is that what they minted, or is that what is around?
So there's no way to tell what's around. You can only take basic consensus data.
And that goes with anything. That even goes with pre-33 gold.
It goes with everything.
What's around. We don't know what was
even when you're looking at slabs. Because there's a likelihood that people have played the slab crack and open game, which is you get a grade, you think it's better, you crack it out, they just send it back in. So the items that are there are consensus estimates. They're not actuals. So again, you'll never find actuals when it comes to your numismatic value, except if you find what's out there that has been released by the mint at a certain time frame. You'll get an actual value of how many went out at that time, but people could be destroying them already, right? They could be, lost in an unfortunate boating accident.
Oh, that happens to me all the time. Every time we get to what is it, April 16th or something like that, all my boats sink. What to do?
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So look at this. I found these guys. What do they all have in common?
Triple Ds.
Uh-oh. OC's laughing over here.
Well, you put it up on screen for heaven's sake.
If you've got triple D's, congratulations. All right. I'm going to show you what these really are here. So these are triple D's, and they're 1942s.
Okay, so again, when you're looking at 42s, I'll just set your 42s in a tube. And then one day when you don't have a lot to do, just go through them and look for the 42 over 1.
There you go. So we're going to keep those over to the side. Well, they're going in the 42. We'll leave them in the 42, but that's kind of fun.
So I'm going to put a link in chat. This link in chat is for the, I'm not blue for some reason. I wonder what's going on. How is that possible? That is Variety Vista. So Variety Vista, that'll actually take you to the Mercury dimes. There's another one that's right here. And this is for the Roosevelt dimes. So those two URLs, you can, if you're on a phone, you might not be able to copy those, but you can go to Variety Vista, go to the main page, scroll down, you'll look at dimes. You'll see all the varieties that are there, be able to click on it, look at it, get familiar with that if you're going to be looking at it, but some cool stuff. What is that?
Well, we know it's made in the US, okay? But I want to get some guesses from the crowd here. And if they can guess it, then, well, there's a surprise. What do you guys think this is? So here you go. Okay, Ben Franklin. Is that silver or gold? It's a fake quarter. Okay. 949, welcome. Craig, Michael Stacking, Amy. I didn't really call you guys out a whole lot. Jeff Tooley. We've got, who else we've got in here? Philip. So hit that thumbs up. I think we'll do a sticker giveaway in a second here, but I want to see if you guys can figure this out. Oh, we've got a winner. Okay. So David, he won that. The problem is I can't send it to you. Last time I did, someone's gauze got completely coated in chocolate, and they were really upset with me for getting free silver that was covered in chocolate. How dare you, surfer? Send us chocolate to Texas. Don't do that, guys.
Even I made that mistake. I ordered chocolate from Belgium.
Cool, guys. If you get a chance to go to See's Candy, their chocolate money is now like pressed with U.S. coins. So I was very proud of my wife the other day. She looked at this and she said, "Oh my gosh, that's a silver dollar," and she knew that was the silver dollar design. And anyway, I think that's the only thing she knows about those. But here's the silver dollar design one. I thought they did a pretty good job on these. So OC Stacker snuck me into See's Candy. He's trying to help me with my figure. And, See's Candy it helps you lose weight somehow. I don't know how it works, but the more you eat, the more you lose weight.
See's Candy has the best square suckers ever.
It has the best. Yeah. So we're actually going to be using this entire bag here. Tomorrow, we're going to be taking these out on the street to either Huntington Beach or Long Beach, depending on if we are Huntington Beach. And we might actually do a little political commentary there, as well as interviews for people. There's a rally going on. And we're going to go have fun. Hopefully we don't get arrested. So, all right, so let's do this. We're going to do our first giveaway. And, well, actually, I got to wait for the giveaway. I don't have, remind me, Frosty, how do I do the plugin again for the giveaway on here?
Which one are you trying to do?
If I want to do, there's the new giveaway, like the randomizer from StreamYards. Will that work on here, or will that take everybody that's ever been in the comment in the feed?
If you do the StreamYard, like the name picker?
Yeah, the name picker.
It'll be the ones that are in chat.
Okay, do you know how to access that?
You have to go to a website. Let me pull it up.
Cool. We're gonna do that in a minute. We'll do the picker for you guys. There's my first 37.
Hey, Frostbite, what's your favorite sucker from C's?
Oh, the double chocolate one, or the caramel one, or the they have one that comes up very randomly, which is the mint truffle. They don't have it all the time, but when they do, that's my favorite one.
That one sounds good. My favorite is the peanut butter one. And if you have one, don't eat it. It's really old. They stopped doing those a long time ago.
Yeah, but do you know why?
To punish me.
Well, according to the lady at C's, they stopped making peanut butter supplements because of nut allergies.
Well, that one, that's pretty obvious. I thought maybe there was something else to it. However, it's a little bit silly because they still sell peanut clusters and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it must just be at the kid side.
But
I have a daughter that's anaphylactic to peanuts, and when she was in preschool, they had a substitute teacher in a Halloween party, and the teacher gave her a little Snickers bar. And as soon as it got in my daughter's mouth, she spit it out instantly, and her entire face exploded in hives. And they called us to say what's wrong, and we're like, we're pulling her out of the school. That's her last day, and they were worried we were going to sue them. And that's just not our style. But
how do they not ask?
They had it on file. They just didn't teach everybody about it. So we ended up making enough of a stink about it that they wouldn't change their policy. Okay.
In private chat is the link. You can click on that link. It'll open it up.
All right. Let's see if we can make this work.
And then you'll have to click on the drop down.
Okay. So we're going to have everybody put a word in, and that's how we're going to do it. All right. So here's what I want everybody to do. This is for the surfer and the real sticker. Okay. This one right here. Look at that. I didn't shave that day. And you get the stacking surfer and all that fun there.
I have a question about that coin they showed me. The dime that has a circle in the middle of its head. I have a few dimes that are like that. It looks like you got a few of them too.
What do you mean the circle?
So
okay. We'll talk about that in a second. So go ahead and chat in chocolate is the keyword. Okay, guys. So this is for the sticker god. The first one we're going to run is off chocolate. I don't know if we can do two of them off that way. So put chocolate into the chat. I'll give you guys a minute. That'll let you go for a sticker. If you don't care for a sticker, don't worry about putting chocolate down. But we're going to do that in a second. Okay, so Frostbite here. What happened here? This looks like someone stamped that somehow.
Well, there's a couple different things that could have happened. It could have got caught into a roller. This could have been something that got caught into a vending machine. Somebody could have spun a top on top of it. They could have been punching something else and using like a die punch. There's so many reasons that this could have happened.
Spinning the top on top of it. I don't know about that one. I think you made that one up.
Dude, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of stuff that happens. People do random stuff. They carve initials into coins and
see. O's been collecting these. These are what he calls the Princess Leia coins. And so he's been collecting these like heavily, and he's like, these are going to be worth so much money one of these days.
Oh,
anyway,
Star Wars. You're a Star Wars fan.
I hate Star Wars. I'll never talk about it.
Do you know I found something in Empire Strikes Back that I had never, ever, ever seen before? Do you know when they're in Dagobah and Luke is there training with Yoda and they go back to his hut?
Okay.
Over his hut is Yoda's full name. Go back and look at it. Do you know what Yoda's last name is?
In the trees or something, or
it's on his hut. It's at the top of his hut. Do you know what his last name is?
No.
Lehihu.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go look at that now.
Seriously, say his name.
I'm not gonna say it.
Is OC laughing? That is a bad dad joke. What's up, 949?
All right, let's
I
do.
love-
We're gonna do the randomizer real quick here, guys. Oh, do you have to do hashtag chocolate?
I don't know. You have to share your screen. Go down to present and then share screen, and then choose the StreamYard tool.
So
You're
we're
guilty again. Yeah.
but-
Hey, I love dad jokes. I like to laugh.
So if I
Okay,
take
so
that
type
out,
it.
yeah, it's got to be hashtag. Okay, guys, sorry. You got to go back in and put hashtag chocolate like that. Put this in.
So hey, start collecting names or start collecting comments.
Yeah, we gotta wait for people to put it in.
No, do it. Click it now. Trust me.
Oh, click it now.
Click the start collecting comments, and now you'll see the entries increase.
Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna leave that on there for a second so we can see it. We got 7 in there, 9. We'll give you a minute here. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the dime for a second here. What do you think that is? Do you think that's a 20 or a 20?
Looks like a 20.
All right, we got another one over here. So that's a 42. Put him in the 42. So why would they put Mercury on a dime?
Oh, that's a good question. So I'm actually doing a series on the symbology on US coins. So Lady Liberty or Winged Liberty is the representation created by Adolf Weinman. We've seen that WA that we talked about that just a few moments ago. That walker that you showed just a few moments ago that was so shiny and chrome. He's smiling. He knows the reference.
Yes, I do.
That was also created by Adolf Weinman. But that Winged Liberty allowed for two things. It was swift execution. Again, 1945, we're talking about World War II. So there was a representation of, we just finished World War I. Yep, that is Adolf Weinman's design. So 1916, where World War I was just happening, but it was the swiftness of liberty. So the justice is swift. But Lady Liberty, it was just a nice, elegant kind of strength of woman that was created. There's a lot about the Mercury dime. If you want to know about Mercury dimes, the guy Philip the Board that's in chat is a great resource. I've done some videos on it. You can go check those out. But I am doing one on symbology of coins, and I'm going to be releasing that starting Wednesday. It's going to be about a 7 to 9 video series, and we'll be talking about the various things that are on the coins. So
you want to know? Thank you very much for that. By the way, do you want to know the stupidest thing I've done that was so simple that I shouldn't have done? When I got this bag, there were 10 barber dimes in it, and I sent them back because they were all worn. And the reason I say that's stupid is it would have been fun to have some barber dimes, and those are pretty hard to find these days. Even though they're worn, I know a lot of people want to go with the rosies, right? Because these guys, I mean, this one looks like it's brand new. The rosies are nice and shiny, and there's no wear on them. But I wish I would have held on to those a little bit longer. Okay, so we've got our deal here. We're going to hit draw, and this is for one of these guys right here. Shelly, you are the winner of this. So Shelly, I just need you to send me a note I'll hand that to OC. Send me an email. Stacking surfer at Gmail.
Tim just 949.
So send me an email to that. Send me a note to that email, and shoot me your address so we can send that over to you. All right, we're gonna do this one in a few more minutes, and we'll do that. Where are we at? If we get up to 100, then we're gonna do some silver too. And like I was telling the guys at the beginning of this, if we can get up to 1,000 today, which I don't think is going to happen, but I'm going to be reserving one of these guys, the Drew Brophy surfboards, this really cool bear. These are all Pamp Swiss, really cool 1 ounce color coins.
Oh, I dig that buffalo. That's pretty cool.
They are really cool. So we will save those for a really special occasion when we hit that. All right, so we'll come back to that in a minute. I gotta stop sharing this. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So we're gonna go a little bit faster on these now. I want to get through more of them. This is gonna take forever. There's a lot of dimes here, guys. So I'm curious to know, I don't know how many of you are willing to share it, but I would like to know what your guys' goals are. My goal has been to get to 1,000. My first goal was to get to $100 face in junk silver or constitutional silver per family member. I've got 5 family members. Now I've decided to double that. So that's kind of my goals. I'm trying to get to $1,000 face. I'm not there yet. How about
It's a
you
good
guys?
looking 38.
That is pretty good looking. Should
Yeah.
we hold that on the side?
It might be good for somebody's book if they're collecting it. It's better than the one I have. 22 million. Is it what's the mint mark on the back of it? Of course he didn't look. Philadelphia, 22 million. So still pretty high, but it's a decent looking coin.
There's another 41. So if I go into the 40s, this is, I would say we're probably close to 65% of all these were in the decade of the 40s.
Yeah, and that's going to be pretty common, right? When you look at
They're the
what
most
was minted in the 40, you're looking at 1 billion coins plus, right? In some cases, you're looking at 2 billion coins. So yeah, you're going to see a majority of 40s. The ones you won't see a lot of is you're not going to see early 20s and at the teens.
So right now, we've only found one team. This is the only team that we've got here.
No, that's not true. You got the one that you have everybody in suspense on.
Oh yes, this one here.
I promise you, I haven't forgot about that one.
It's in decent shape too. Okay, so
It's a really
nice.
Yeah, it's a good looking coin.
That we're going to use for the giveaway for the silver if we get to the 100. We got to get to the 100, guys. 100 thumbs up. And there's a 29. So with the 100 thumbs up, we're going to go ahead and we're going to give some silver away. There's a 40. There's a 40.
So the best way to search through these is to just like lay them on the table and pull all the 40s off to the side. Look for anything that's not a 40. You don't necessarily need to be showing them on here because we're not looking for errors or varieties. We're not looking for anything like that. You're just sorting them. So just lay them on the table and sort them by decade.
You assume my vision's good enough to do that.
This is why you have kids.
I had LASIK. My vision is bad. It kind of died on me. I think that's 43. Okay. Uh-oh. What's that?
That's another 16.
What do we do? What do we do with those guys?
Flip it over.
Flip it over now. Flip it. All right, guys. You have to put in the chat, flip it. If you want me to flip it over, I need to see at least 20 of those.
Flip it good.
Flip it good. All right. We're going to do that way. Hashtag flip it. Hashtag flip it like this. All one word. We're going to do that as our next one.
All one word?
Yeah.
Do.
Flip it.
Yeah.
Turn that merc.
Okay.
All stacker gives a smirk.
All right. We're going to do it like this. By the way, oh, whoops. If I get...
Remember, you have to share the window.
Yep, I'll do that in a second. But if I get it, then I will give out a silver dime here. Okay. So I'm in there too.
So you have 2 16s now?
We've got 2 16s now. Yes, we do.
Very nice. The odds of one of them being a D is slim and none. But wrong window.
I guess we'll have to start over. It's not going to let me switch them. Okay, share screen. All right. Here we go. Nope. Just a minute, guys. Close the wrong ones, I guess.
And so to answer that question, Illuminatus Novus, you have to know a couple different things. Number one, you have to look at the quality, like how clean is it? How nice is the strike? You have to look at, does it have any markings or anything on it? Because the quality in this case is what's going to determine its worth. It's not the rarity. The 42D is not, or the 44D is not a rare coin. So you're not looking at rarity here. So it's all about the quality of the coin, the quality of the strike, how nice the fields are. If it's been cleaned, it's going to be worth, 10 cents. So there's a lot of factors that come into play.
Okay, so I'm gonna show this real quick. Let's see, will it let me do it?
Elle, next week. She starts school next week. She knows who some of her teachers are going to be, but not yet, not completely. But thanks for asking.
All right, let's get one more in there. Once we hit 25, I'll draw it here, and then we're gonna look at
Coins
these.
should never be clean, Tom Downs. Never. Even if you like something nice and shiny, those coins are eventually going to go back into the community, whether they come through your family or whatnot. And if you have a coin that's of potential value and you clean it, you destroy the value of that coin. If for some reason there's something on it like gunk or whatever, and you want to know more, reach out to me on my page. You can subscribe if you want to, but you don't have to be subscribed to do it. Reach out to my page, go to the About Me. You'll see my email there. Take really, really, really good photos of it. When I mean really good, make sure they're in focus, make sure there's a lot of light, and then ask your question. And if I can't answer it, then I'll make sure I get that question to somebody who can.
All right, we've hit it. We're gonna do the draw, guys. Here we go.
Bam! Congrats, Amy.
Amy, I think Amy might even have one of these. She might be the only person that's got 2 of these stickers. I've only given out 2 of these, and it might be on its way, but there we go. Boom.
Yeah, and if any of you have any question at any time about a coin or something like that, feel free to reach out.
All right, Amy, so send me just a reminder on the email. I should have your stuff already, but if you can send me a reminder. Congratulations. Okay, so here's what we got. Oh, I didn't even know I could go full screen. So now I can see it way better on my laptop. Everything was like super small. Okay. I gotta exit for a minute though. We're gonna remove that one and we're gonna go back to this view here. Okay.
So pull the one on the left first.
All right.
Because that's the lower quality.
We've got 2 just to show you guys. Here's one quality. Okay, that looks more like the Last Starfighter. If you know what the Last Starfighter is, put Last Starfighter in the chat. I just saw a little short the other day. I swear Facebook steals your brain patterns.
It's a great movie.
It should have no idea that I know anything about that movie. Oh, and it also recommended that I should connect on Facebook with my landscaper. How the crap did it know who my landscaper is? I'm not even kidding. Like it must. I think Facebook has access to our checking accounts now. The only way I've ever paid that guy is with a check. And
You don't have him on social media or anything?
His name, no social media, no connection, nothing. I'm telling you, that was creepy. And it was really creepy. Okay, that looks like Last Starfighter. This one looks a little better. You can see more detail, right?
Yep, set that one aside. That's the one you want to look at second.
All right. So what are we looking for?
I'm just looking for that Denver Mint mark. That's not the same coin.
What?
I'm quite
I positive that's the same coin. Look at that.
yeah. So if that were real, and it's not because you changed it out, simply because I know you well enough, that would be what they call a mule error. And a mule error of that kind would be worth about $1 trillion because that design wouldn't be made for another 35 years.
So that means that you'd be a time traveler and you wouldn't, you messed with the die. Okay, so here we go. I'm flipping it. You can see I'm flipping it. Here we go.
And no, it is a Philadelphia.
All right, so we're going to throw that one away.
It could be a magic coin, Phil the board. That is exactly true. It could be a magic coin. Yep. That is a good call.
Have we gotten to 100 likes yet?
Last I seen was about 80.
All right, we're saving that one for a little bit. We got to get to 100 likes. When we're ending the stream, then we'll do that one. I know this is
So the odds of one of these ever being a D is slim and none, but it's still always cool because you'll never find one if you don't look.
Well, here's the thing. This came from SD Bullion. I highly doubt we're going to get it. However, they may not fully search through everything.
There have been people who have looked through rolls that Copper Coins has looked through and found some amazing varieties worth a couple $100. So 1924. Now 1924 is a good year.
That's the first one.
It's one of those that is often so this is a good teaching coin real quick if you want to take a second to do it.
Yeah,
so what happens is when you look at the 1921 and the counterfeits, what they will do is they will take off the portion of the looks like this. So you have the 4, right? It goes like that. They'll take this portion off here. So you have that portion on the 4. They will scrape that off to where it looks like a 1921. And what you're looking for is the large gap between the 2 and the 1, that extra long gap. So that extra wide gap is a pretty good indicator that somebody scratched off the inside of that 4. If you look at it at a microscope, you might see it, but there are some people who are pretty adept at doing this.
You'd be able to tell it, but where can I send them? Where can I send my coin to have someone do that?
Where can you send your coin to have somebody verify it?
No, to scrape it off. I'm just kidding. Don't do that, guys.
Yeah. So that is illegal. Okay, that is like an FBI come knock on your door type of thing. So please understand that we say this 100% in jest. At no point in time are we validating or authenticating the desire to change the value of a coin.
You never want to do that. The other thing you don't ever want to do is put a fake coin back in circulation, because that technically means that you are putting a counterfeit coin into circulation. You don't want to do that.
That is a fact. Yeah, if any intent,
a lot of trouble, guys.
Now you can deface a coin and turn it into something else. We see that with the Buffalo nickels and the hobo nickels, right? I've got a couple examples of hobos. If you guys have never seen a hobo nickel, I've got one sitting here. I can show you that. But you can deface a coin. It's not a problem. But if you take a coin and you try to make it worth something else, love tokens are another great example. You try to make it worth something else, so you're trying to increase the face value or make it worth more than it actually is. That is illegal. That is fraud. So again, you can't be in possession of those coins. Even possession, unless they're stamped clearly with a C or with a fake on them, they are considered counterfeit coins. So you can get in trouble with it. I do have ones that have been sent to me for teaching purposes, and all of them have some sort of mark indicating that they are not real.
So the one I had, I drilled a hole in it, and it was copper underneath it.
Yeah, Clifton. Yeah, that's not funny, dude. Yeah, because we're not actually teaching. I know you're joking around, but at no point in time do we validate or authenticate that that is a good practice. So
You
it
definitely
is illegal.
and you need to be very careful with the fake ones, guys. Here, the other thing is you need to make sure they don't get in circulation. You may pass away and have family members that start going through your stuff, and they may not know that it's fake. And they go to take it to, a coin store, they'll probably pick up on it. But if they take it to an individual and sell it to them, that individual could come back and claim that you have sold a counterfeit coin, and now you got family members that are in trouble. So you don't want to.
Yeah, and they take that very seriously. If anybody knows name Jack Young, if you don't know Jack Young, look up his name. He is a hardcore, fervent fighter in the world of counterfeits, and if he hears or comes across it, he'll turn you in. So he's a stud.
And so let's see, what is that one? Do you think is that a 19?
1919. L says, "What is a Cheerio?" It depends. Are you talking about a Cheerio dollar or a Cheerio penny? There's a penny that was done as well. There's more than one type of Cheerio dollar. What she's saying, Amy, the wings are different on the reverse. Not on every one of them, as a matter of fact. That's actually misinformation. There are some specific things that change with the Cheerios dollar. They got some people that are doing more research on those. But there were some that actually were released in the Cheerios boxes that came with the straight wings. So there's a way to tell. There's some markers, but it's definitely different. But one of those with the nice wings fetched about $10,000. So the Cheerios dollar is a cool coin.
There's another
That one's seen better days.
That one has been definitely worn a lot.
Yeah, that's what they call an ED coin, and it's not dirty. That's environmental damage.
Oh, that one has been in New York or something. That's nasty. All the money in New York's nasty. When I lived out there, you didn't want to touch the change.
Which makes me wonder why, if money's so dirty, they make it illegal to launder it.
I've always thought the same thing too. There should be like a dry cleaner for your money, right? You guys,
Yeah, my kid ate all my Cheerios.
You don't want to launder your money either. That's not a good idea. Or
freezer time. Yep.
What about dipping?
I hear how you were joking, but it's just important.
About dipping chemicals.
Say that one more time.
What about dipping chemicals? I hear a lot of people doing that. OC was telling me I need to start dipping my coins. My 333 gold coins. He's like, you should totally dip all those things.
Yeah, Wanders. He says risky topics today. That's exactly right. There are some good things that you can do with dipping. So if you're utilizing copper and you have some what they call schmutz on it, then you can dip it in xylene to take it off. But again, every time you do something, you're altering the surface of the coin. There are some things about cleaning or things about dipping the coins that you may inadvertently do something to the coin. You may inadvertently damage the coin. It's really important to look at what the repercussions are before you make up your mind. Now, ultimately, it's your coin, it's your decision. But my recommendation is never to do it. Now, I won't dip a coin, but if I have something that's high value and I really need to understand what it is, I might consider conservation if the value of the coin, if it proves to be authentic, and it is what I think it is, we'll do the authentication first, and then it might behoove us to do it's technically it's cleaning, but it's conservation. It's a little bit different. It's done by pros. But again, conservation can undo an old cleaning or something of that, so it can actually show something that you don't normally see. So do I dip my coins? Do I recommend it? No, not at all. But if you want to take that chance, then that's totally up to you. I can't tell you what not to do. I can just give you suggestions on why you don't want to do it. Frostbite, how do you feel about hot water and Dawn dish soap? So again, hot water, anytime, especially with copper, the moment copper hits water, it starts to deteriorate because there are chemical reactions that happen, and you're going to end up, damaging that coin in the long run. Because once it's in there, it's in there. It's just going to happen. There are things about hot soapy water. If you're going to use water, don't use tap water. You're going to have to use distilled, because you want to make sure that there's no other chemicals or trace elements. They have fluoride in the water. They have chlorine in the water. There's a lot of other chemicals that could react with the coin. So you want to make sure that you don't do that kind of stuff. Again, anything to do with cleaning, I recommend against it. But there are some people like taking a toothpick or something like that, a rose thorn, right? To take sticker gunk and stuff off because it doesn't scratch the coin. There are little tricks. I don't recommend them. You have to really, really know what that means. Craig, I just started using the baking soda, tinfoil, hot water to clean my sterling. It's a no-no because it actually produces a chemical reaction. The chemical reaction is acidic and will actually eat the surface of the coin. If you leave it in for any time, you'll actually start to eat away the surface of the coin. You'll have pitting. If you look at this coin, it's a great example of what happens. This is environmental damage, but again, you have the pitting, so you'll actually start pitting your coin. So you do have to be careful with it.
Should we flip
What
this
is
guy?
on the spectrum? Say again?
Let's flip this guy over. It looks like another 1916. I don't see anything.
Get a little closer. I can't tell.
That's about as close.
No, it's just folded over metal. It looked like there was something there until you turn the light. This is, again, when you're using a microscope, the light can fool you. So right there, it looks like there's a little kind of thing there, but it's not a D. It's looks like damage to the coin. Yeah. But again, pareidolia, your eye sees what it wants to see. So you look at it 4 or 5 times and you'll probably start seeing a D show up.
Now, this is an example of when I could not tell with my glasses on if it was a 41 or a 45, and it looks like it's a 45.
It's 45, yeah.
And OC,
These are great questions, though.
I like to give OC a lot of what do you call it? I guess trash talk him sometimes over here. He's helping me out. He's a great helper, but he did pick up a really cool loop. I think that loop's maybe in one of those drawers over there, but I wanted to show you guys that loop. I thought it's a pretty good loop. Maybe we'll find it. One of the things I want to do, Frosty, is I want to start talking how the channel's growing a bit to some of these companies that sell this stuff and see if we can get like bulk pricing or discounts for people on some of
That'd
this.
be cool.
Okay, 34. This is weird. I'm getting a bunch of 30s all of a sudden.
Thanks, Annie. I appreciate you a ton.
Another 37.
Because why not?
Okay, well, you guys, we
Oh,
are
I
gonna.
love that. That's funny. I subbed to Frostbite because why not?
That's the best thing you can do. Is why not, guys?
That's awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you.
What's that?
That made me smile. Hey, Chad with the hoop long name is here. How you doing, Chad?
I just call him Chad Wolf.
That's an S. What do you think it is?
Mercury dime.
Oh, okay. Good call.
Can you rotate it to the left? No, can't tell. It's damaged. It's got a hit. Most likely 45, but too hard to tell. And this is where kids come in handy. Kids got good eyes. So you can have them go through and sort
Yeah,
all the
my problem
teens,
is
20s, 30s, and 40s.
my kids are all about to go to school. They're leaving me next week and going to college.
Well, good. So you're paying them to work then.
Well, yeah, we should probably do that. That's how they're going to earn part of their college education. Oh, I put those in the wrong file.
So Annie, on my channel, I talk a lot, primarily numismatics. I also talk about counterfeiting, things that you can do to protect your coins, things that you can do to validate things like slabs. A lot of people counterfeit slabs. I also do a lot of dad jokes, and I bring my daughter up periodically, who's an artist, quite talented actually. And we do intermittent live streams, and she shares a lot of her art and stuff on the channel. So mine is kind of a hodgepodge, but it's almost all related to money. Okay, so go back. That was an 18. So let's flip that 18 over.
Nope.
Philadelphia. 26 million. Not a rare coin because that's one of the higher ones for the teens. But again, you can see a real nice date, so that's good to have.
So
Especially if you have.
why don't they just keep the same design the whole time?
What do you mean by keep the same design?
Why do we have Rosies versus
Oh, great question. Okay.
Barber dimes? Why do they even bother changing them?
Legislation, the law. So the law states that you can only have a certain coin in circulation for 25 years. Now, there are exceptions to this, but that's the longest. There are times where they don't have the full length. So you may have something like Susan B. Anthony, right? Has 25-year shelf life. They did 3 years, and they came back later on and they did another version of it. The Flying Eagle Cent only has 3. There's other ones that don't do the full run, but you have a maximum limit that the coin can be, that the obverse or the reverse, or there has to be some sort of design elemental change every so often. And that is all based off of that legislation. So I just did a video actually on CoinAx. If you want to know more about what the process is, what the legal aspect of this is, kind of that whole Schoolhouse of Rock thing, how is a bill made? Walk through that, talk about the various coin acts, what they did, how they affected silver in relation to, like the 1856 when they did that particular coin act and they were starting to remove silver, move more towards the gold standard. What happened during that time frame? Why did they do that? What was happening with the spot silver price, and why did they manipulate that? What were they trying to do with that additional money? If you want to look at things like the Pittman Act and stuff like that. So I go over all those things. So if you want to find out anything like that, let me know. If it's not built and you want to know about it, I'll make the video. Or I'll work with this Yahoo.
Yeah, my channel is going to help you understand why you should have this stuff in the first place and what's going to happen if you don't have it, and how much of it you should have. So I'm going to be, I guess that was part of our question today too that I put up on there, is how much junk silver should someone have? Let's talk about that for a minute. First off, why even get this stuff in the first place? Why does it make sense for anybody to collect this grubby old stuff? I mean, my hand's getting dirty just sitting here touching it.
It's a great question for chat.
So guys, put it in the chat. What do you think?
I know why I have it.
I mostly have it because my wife is OCD and I know she's not going to touch it and steal it.
She likes the shiny,
The
pretty design.
Oh, surfer. I'm not going to touch that dirty old change. No way. Oh, good. Let's get more of it.
There's some good answers in here.
All right. So let's, well, okay.
So to kind of go through, Juan, we'll get to how much you should have in just a second. Homestead, more is the answer. It's good to have, but why? Why this particular stuff? Ridge Runner says they buy Mercs. Yoxnav, it's small and already recognized. Lou, SHTF barter. I like that answer. Check Stacker, that's the reason I do it right here. Recognizability, right? Oh, Annie Oakley, real money, great one. Fractional, also recognizable. Yeah, great answers. No worries about not being real. Now, here's the thing. Constitutional can be faked just like anything else. Just because it looks like US currency doesn't mean it's authentic, right? So you want to do your due diligence. Make sure you're testing your silver. Make sure you're weighing it. Check your dimensions. Do your normal tests. Just because it's constitutional doesn't mean that you can just assume that it's good. Always test your money. Always test your silver. Always test your money. Okay. That is like stacking rule 101, right? Go through the wickets, make sure it's done. Juan, it's inexpensive at times. Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of
Frosty, let's talk about that. What if you buy a $100 bag of dimes and that's 1,000 dimes? How do you test that?
There's a couple different ways. Obviously you can magnet the crap out of it, get a really strong neodymium magnet and go over the top of it. If anything sticks to it, you obviously know it's not it. You can pull out face value and weigh it by face value. You'll know what the weight should be for that. You're looking at that point. What is it? 0.715, 0.718, something like that, which is constitutional adjusted for the wear. I think it's 0.724 and then it's 0.718 for wear, accounted for wear.
Wear number.
Yeah, so take your constitutional, do it by a certain known weight. You know how much it should be done by how much is there, and weigh it up, right? If you want to be tiger, thank you, Juan. I thought it was like something like that. If you want to be tigerish and go the method of Philadelphia, you want to go the avenue of the specific gravity test, take a specific amount of silver that you know should be there and do the specific gravity test. You can always test these. You can do the ping test and stuff like that, but that's all the same test. But there are plenty of tools and strategies that you can implement in order to make sure that you have authentic stuff.
Okay, so real quick, I'm going to grab my magnet.
You need to tell these guys those,
Ridge Runner, I saw your comment. That made me smile.
Okay, so I've got a very powerful little magnet deal here.
Let me stop you real quick before you do that. Christine Stephenson, what you said is the number one rule to protecting yourself. Buy from a trusted source.
Yes.
Okay. That is the number one thing that you can do. If the value is too good to be true, it most likely is. Buy from trusted sources. So thank you for saying that. Hey, UFOs, what's up, bud?
Well,
but yeah, please.
That I found on Facebook Marketplace, someone's selling grams of gold for $50 right now. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, well, a gram of gold at above half-gram gold price.
Yeah. So to me, that's something to be. And the guy looks like a thug that's selling it, right? And he's
hey, what up, dog?
He's in a city that's a little bit sketchy. So that's the kind of stuff I throw OC Stacker. I'm like, OC Stacker, go check out this guy. All right. So we got to tell the story. Okay. So let me give you my answer to you guys. So, I'm stacking this stuff for two reasons. Okay. Number one is it's historical. They're never going to make any more of it again. Okay. That's it. This is what exists. So I want to keep American history around as much as I can. And one of the ways I can do that is by pulling it out of the market and holding it. The second one is these dimes right here are what I plan on using to buy bread, eggs, milk. It's for bartering. So initially, when I think we have an SHTF, let's call it a financial one. We still have electricity. Things are still going. You probably still have a job. Maybe you're not making as much as you could make, but you have to start dipping into things because inflation's really expensive and your job's not keeping up with it. That's a time where you can bring and start using this. You might even pull in some of your food storage potentially too. When you get into a real SHTF, like a number 10 on the Richter scale of STHFs, and all of a sudden there's no more electricity ever again, I think it's going to take a while before people will take silver for food. I think you're going to have
crypto.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Bye crypto.
Bye crypto. Your crypto's gone. And I think the other thing you're going to run into is people are not going to want to trade their food for money. So I think bye silver and gold for a little bit. That doesn't mean you get rid of it. It just means that you're going to hold on to it. And that's why I say you need to stack food and you need to stack water. Okay, so let's talk about the story of these half dollars real quick, because I think we're about time here. So did we get to 100? Thumbs up.
Let me check.
88? Okay. So we didn't get to 100, so we're not going to do a silver giveaway today, but we'll talk about these guys right here. So I'm going to let OC tell the story.
Oh, Lord. So I found these, actually, if I'm going to take it the story from the truth, Chef Stacker LA lives about an hour north of us, and I live down in the south, so we've struck a good friendship. And if he finds leads down here in Orange County, he throws them my way. If I find leads on stuff, I send them his way. And he had sent me this lead on these halves. The gentleman that had him was about 15 minutes away from my house. Coordinated with him, text back and forth, and met at a Chick-fil-A down over here by the Mission Viejo Mall.
Why did you meet at a Chick-fil-A versus like his house?
I offered to go there. He said, no, let's meet. I said, well, I always like to meet people by my where I live. There's a police station that has a whole area set up for doing this kind of stuff. And I do meet quite a few people there, but I suggested that he didn't want to travel all the way to meet me. So he wanted to meet halfway. So that's the halfway spot. So he tells me the story about him. I looked at him. As soon as I saw him in the bag, I said, oh my gosh, why are these things so bloody shiny? I've never seen, walkers looking that good. Pulled them out of the bag, looked at them, tested them, and brought my Sigma with me, had my ping with me. It tested out perfectly, so everything was good. So he tells me that he buys and restores old classic slot machines. And so he had bought one from a casino out of Vegas, opened this one up, and all these walkers were sitting in the machine as is. So it leads me to believe that Vegas took these things and did something with them, probably had tumblers to make them shiny and nice and new so that when they wrapped them in rolls, they looked nice and new for the public to put into machines, is what we gathered the theory of on these. So that's the story. That's how we got them. I would never do that to any coin, period, by the way. I'm with you, Frosty. I don't clean anything. Sometimes I get constitutional, I've got mud on it or stuff. I'll do the soap and water just to clean them up so they're not so gummy looking. But if it's nothing more than a 90%, or it doesn't affect it one way or the other. But obviously, I check key dates just like everybody else.
Yeah, one of the things about, and again, I know we have metal detectors in here. One thing that kind of makes me cringe, and I understand why they do it, you're finding copper in the ground or something like that, but it's to take your glove and do this. Always have a spray bottle and something to gently remove the stuff from it. Be a little patient with it. When you're searching some of those old, like you'll find people that search these old military bases that haven't been around for 70, 80, 90 years. There's a likelihood that they could have some really cool coins just laying around. There was a gentleman, I don't remember his name, that used to search at an old drive-in. The drive-in closed years ago, but they got a map of the old drive-in and went to where the concession stand used to be and found all sorts of crazy stuff, and found like a $250 variety in one of the pieces. And so if you're going to do something like that, again, I understand you're out there, you want to see what it is, but take a little bit of time with it, because you never know if you're going to find something really cool. But if there's one thing that I can give you out of all the stuff when it comes to constitutional, when it comes to stacking, do what we're doing right now. Okay, Surfer and I, now I do this with Tiger as well. I think Tiger's still in chat. He's probably listening. Pair up with a numismatist and talk to them about when you're going through your stuff. Tiger and I talk about when we went through peace dollars, he had 8 tubes of peace dollars. He got 14 coins for a trade of 7. And I got a couple to fill my book. But when you look at the cost per value, he doubled his stack basically in what we traded. And so if you're collecting weight, you get with the numismatist, you might be able to find 1 or 2 coins that'll equate to an entire roll. So it's important that you understand it. I'm not asking you to become a numismatic expert, but I want stackers to understand there is potential. And I'll give you guys a good story one time. I won't tell it today, about silver eagles. And the year was 1996, talking with a stacker and what happened during that one. It's a good story, and it talks about the value. But we'll talk about that another time, because that's another story that we can kind of break out, Surfer, on another stream.
That sounds good.
Show everybody your hands handling these coins.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that in a second.
That'll explain why I asked Frosty if he believes in using hot water. I wouldn't use hot water on pennies, obviously, but I would definitely, if I do dimes or quarters or halves that look like that, sometimes I'll just put them in hot water and just soak them in Dawn, just so that when I do hunting for them, my hands don't look like yours.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. So here's my hands. Okay. I don't like to wear sweaty gloves. I'm okay getting dirty on here, but let me ask, does this screw up the coins at all using your real hands?
Okay. There are things worse than dirt that'll do it. But if you are to go from searching coins and then you go to BU coins, you had better stop, take a break, go wash your hands. Don't use lotions. Don't use harsh soaps. Dry the holy hell out of them. Make sure your hands are dry to the touch. Don't put lotions or any oils or any of those fancy soaps. Use like Dawn dish soap. Wash your hands really, really, really well. Use lukewarm water. Dry them off really good. Grab a clean towel. Don't use the one that your kid showered with. Definitely don't use the one that your wife showered with. Because they use all
brand new white ones your wife just bought
and stuff like that. Well, I'm not doing it to be ignorant. There are oils and stuff that happen from makeup or whatnot. You do not want to put those things on your hand. You can, again, make sure your hands are dry. If you hear my hands, they should be dry. If you're looking at coins, but if you're looking at BU coins, really, really nice ones, you want to make sure that you're wearing a decent glove. Especially if you're worried about that coin maintaining. If you're going to be sending something off for grading and you're not wearing a glove, we'll just expect that you're going to be losing a bunch of money.
Yeah. None of them are magnetic. That's good news. Is that how you test it? Just like this?
No. You can do that.
I'm sorry.
It works.
It's been a long week
with nice coins because you just scratched the holy hell out of them.
Oh well, you scratched them. They were scratched already.
Yeah.
Not too worried. But the magnet I don't have, which I do like if you're using it for like Silver Eagle type coins, are the ones that'll just slide down. I don't have
the magnet slides.
Yeah.
Yep. Xylene and acetone are really good. If you're going to use acetone, make sure it's pure. That's why
we're going to shut this down in just a minute here because I don't want to give out any silver and you guys didn't get to 100 fast enough. So, but if it happens before it happens, then we'll do it. Okay, so I want to show you guys, we're going to go back to a couple things real quick. So one, I want to show you the amount of tubes that I was able to go through today. So we've got 2 of these, and these tubes have 50 dimes each. So there's 2 full tubes there, a third full tube, and we did this by decade. So you're going to see some of these are not totally full. But these are the tubes that we went through here. And the ones that have fewer coins in them are older coins. So for example, this is going to be the 20s, and this is going to be the teens, way smaller. So, and then we have 2 in here that were kind of special ones that we're going to hold on to and look at down the road. We got this guy to look at still. So let's look at him real quick.
Tiger, your fur protects the coins. Just watch your claws.
There you go. And if you guys have done super chats, I'm not able to see that right now, but let me, I've got it blown up.
Tiger did 3 $5 super chats with goofy comments on each one of them. You know how Tiger is.
Fine. We'll give him his, here we go. For information I have pre 19:30 p.m. Eastern, and we'll do a live after that. Okay. So you guys can go to that. He's going to do a show here in a little bit. And then you've got everyone sub to Surfer, even if he surfs Cheese Whiz. Oh, goodness. I might have to send you a t-shirt with Cheese Whiz, a tiger surfing Cheese Whiz. How's that? All right. And 949's got to run, but he sent us some money. That's great. I've actually met 949 at the Long Beach show, which is pretty cool.
Very nice guy.
Okay.
949 is good people.
Let's do this. Okay. So what do we think here, guys? I want to hear from you guys before I flip this over. Is it going to be a D or is it not going to be a D?
Ooh, that was thunder.
Okay. What do we think?
I love Primus.
Yeah, okay, let's see what we got here. We got the big D. No D. So OC Stacker says big D. Ellie says no D. MP68 said not. I think that's like my kids saying cap to me, and I'm going, what are you talking about?
I like check stackers.
And then we got a not. Okay, we got a not. We got a D. So that's a yes. We've got Juan says yes. Annie says the coins have gotten wet and nasty. I think she thinks my hands are super sweaty or something. I don't know. We got a T from Chad. Primus fan from David. A yes from Ronald. So I think that's a D. We got a couple more D's here. I hope it's a D. No D, not. P. Chet said to D or not to D. Got a few more D's. No, no, no. Is that a severed head? I don't know what that means. It's a full head.
How your screen is set up.
So maybe it's the way it shows up. Okay, should we do it? I need a drum roll. Okay, you can see I'm flipping it. This is the same coin.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been cool though.
It would have been
It's
cool.
still a nice. So that's still a nice 1916. So if somebody needs a 1916, it might be something that somebody could use for a book fill. So I
do.
would say
Yeah, I called it.
Say again?
I saw a big D at the beginning of a dime.
Oh, big D of the dime. Is that what you guys meant? You guys were tricking me. All right, so that's pretty fun. We're going to call it a day, but I hope you guys had fun going through this. This is kind of an exercise I needed to do anyway, and I thought I'd bring Frostbite on to talk to us and give us a little bit more information on these coins. Anybody that claims they're an expert in everything is an expert in nothing.
Yep.
And this is an area that I'm not super strong in, so I thought I would definitely go through that. Okay, one last check. Did we hit 100?
we were at 96.
Oh, you guys were so close. All right, that's okay. I think we'll do, I don't know. Should we do one? Should we do a giveaway? I don't know. Is that close enough? I guess it didn't hit it though. It didn't hit it. I'll give you guys one more minute.
Debs asked me, did you guys say how much constitutional we should have?
Oh, let's do that real fast. Okay, I'm buying you guys 4 more likes. See if you can get 4 more likes, and we'll do a giveaway.
We need 2 more.
Oh, we need 2 more. Okay, this is the guy we're gonna do that one. I just picked that out of the group. Actually, we can maybe pick a better one. Here's a little better one. You guys want one of these guys? Look at that. We'll give you a better one. Okay, so here's the deal. If you're looking at how much constitutional you should have, in my opinion, it gets down to how long you're looking to spend money on stuff. So if you figure that things go wrong, a dime in the past has been able to buy you a dozen eggs. It's been able to buy you at least a gallon of milk, maybe 2 gallons of milk, and it could buy butter and other, essentials. And so if you really look at it, you probably need a couple dimes per person per week. And I would put that at somewhere like a 2 to 4 dimes. So if you do a calculation that way, you can start to see how long your dimes will go for you. Okay. Most of you probably have enough constitutional silver to take care of any SHTF situation that's coming. Plus you have eagles, plus you have quarters, plus you have maybe $50. I think a lot of us are in a lot better shape than we think we are when it comes to silver. And the reason for that is I think we just feel like we never have enough. I mean, these are only worth $2 right now, right? On average, maybe a little bit more. That's not going to buy a dozen eggs right now. Silver is way undervalued. When the SHTF happens, silver is not going to be overvalued anymore. It's going to get to its real value. So for me, I would look at somewhere between 2 to 4 dimes per week for a person. And you could use that as a calculation. Maybe we'll create a calculator down the road. All right, we got Frostbite, brought in some new members. So congratulations, guys, anybody that got one of those. So basically what that'll do is that'll let you get into some of the videos earlier. That'll also give you a chance to join our Zoom call that we're doing. You just got to send me an email. And then that'll give it to you for 30 days. And at the end of that, you can decide if you want to keep the subscription going or not. Okay, and it'll tell you how much that is. All right, we hit 100. Dang it, you guys. I don't know.
102.
What should we do? Should we do one of these dimes, or should we do a quarter? I think I maybe said a quarter.
I think they like those tumbled halves.
Tumbled halves? Are you giving that away, OC?
You and Michael.
You don't have any of them? I think we said we were going to do a quarter, if I remember right. So let's do that. Let me see what we got in the bag here.
Michael's is already on its way already.
Let's see what we got. What about one of these guys? So put a 1 in the chat if you think this looks like a good giveaway. Oh, looks like a pretty good giveaway. He's in pretty good shape. What do you think, Frosty?
Move it a little bit more so I can see the A in dollar.
He's like,
I'm trying to see if it's a type 1 or type 2.
Okay, guys, so start typing hashtag quarter. Don't be so stingy. Share the cheese whiz. Goodness.
That has to be Tiger.
That's why we went with a quarter over a dime, Tiger. I know Tiger likes to give out lots of dimes and play games, and you get a 2 for 1, or you lose it all. Those were fun days, Tiger. All right, you guys are putting that in, so we're going to go do that in a second here.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming in and joining today, too. That was lots of great questions, lots of interesting information. Thanks, Surfer, for having me up. I appreciate you.
Yeah, this was fun.
Hey,
I enjoyed it.
Hey Frosty, while we got you on here, tell Bifrost I said thank you for my portrait of Gonzo.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
I
She just did 2 more for Vote for Pedro.
Mhm.
And I was like, wow. The girl's talented. If you guys haven't seen Bifrost draw, I'll post a couple in my community page. You can go check over. She'll be here next weekend. I should probably on my Sunday live stream. Maybe Saturday. We'll see. I think she might have to work on Sunday, but we'll have to wait and see how the start of school goes. But yeah, she's really talented. So I'll let her know, OC. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to send it back though. She forgot to sign it.
Oh no.
Say again?
I said she forgot to sign it.
Oh no, it's signed. You'll see the little M.
I'll look at it again.
It's
All right,
hidden in there.
We're gonna do the draw here, and then Surfer's got to bail pretty fast. So hopefully you guys had a lot of fun. I had fun going through this, and I got to go wash my hands because I've got 100 years worth of people's nasty
Yeah, you do.
city stuff on my hand. David,
Congrats, David.
welcome. Thank you.
Awesome, David.
Congratulations. So this is going to come to you right here. Hopefully you can see that right there. What are these worth today? What would you price those at? I think it's a decent little value, but
I'll take 30 divided by 6.
and that one I'm going to send with we're going to send it with this sticker too. So you're going to get both of those. So David, just send me an email, stackingsurfer@gmail.com. I'm going to give that to you, OC.
It's worth about $5.
Worth about $5 today, guys. So that's a fun little giveaway. We're going to be doing a lot more giveaways. The other thing that's going to be happening is when I hit the 10,000 giveaway, the 10,000 subscriber giveaway, that's going to be pretty substantial. I'm going to be giving away a bunch of gold. And that doesn't mean just one little 10th ounce or a gram of gold. We're going to be doing quite a bit of gold. And we're going to be doing a bunch of silver too. So we're going to have fun with that. I've got a few things I'm going to be working on to make that happen. And we're going to have fun with it. So anyway, guys, hit the subscribe if you haven't to my channel. Hit the subscribe or go to Frostbite's channel and subscribe as well. He's got some great videos. He goes into a lot of storytelling as well, which doesn't happen in our community very much. And that can sometimes keep his channel down a little bit because he's not just showing coins all the time and running through it. But go take a look at his channel and go subscribe to it. And until next time, peace out. And thanks, Frosty, for coming on.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night.